Mr. Divine Otoo Agorhom akwabana apom to saying
Eminadaruma yehu ye mpajomo so
ya me adom yehu ye papa yehu studio ha check akra
1990 na wa woni
ba say ahoden ho
oh nyaminadaruma yehu ye pa
ye da nyame ase ene yenim se mo party ye regional conferences ya share other regions there Greater Accra had ye no enyama so ana
that's the dikan se ne amamre yeta ye no me fa akonya we so na ma chia o tifo ni wa show on Facebook live and all yes ye dia no beba so enne Tuesday
yes
nyame ya adoma by Thursday I 2 days away from now yeah go so the India me no kasai na ebeba so ewo Nat Hall also known as Teachers Hall
information
behind
ministry,
exactly right behind the RCC, the Regional Coordinating Council starting from 10 a.m. We are hoping say by 1 day na yapon
why mona allowed to attend sa conference
first of all regional officers, both elected and appointed. Then the constituency executives. We also have regional council of elders, council of patrons, founding members, members of parliament, any MMDCs so basically, national officers also our share regions no sooner. Omubeba. As we speak now, I can confirm say the national chairman Beba, the general secretary Beba, Mami, the national affairs vice, Rita, and also Beba, any youth organizer. Nanabi. Confirm yes, as we know, you know they are doing the same thing in the various regions.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are boy home modern how
okay. In total, no delegates saying eba for this conference. I will share the national
executive. So dear. Yeah, those were around 650 baby. But on the party activities, Ubia or your party, you may not have access to the hall, but at least coming around to cheer the party on and all. So we are expecting, say, almost provision of about 1,000 put together, no, and that's what we are looking at.
Okay, at this conference, no. What are party people to expect? And then Ebekoso.
Yeah, that's it. Unim say answer na ebeba be ye we no ya ye constituency conferences that.
Yes.
Na what's expected of the conference ni say party na e dey ahye wo nsa no. Ubebu wo still worship no ho akonta e dey akire party for no mo ahu adwuma udi ye baby aye free baby aye abedu and then the way forward there die nim. Yeah, Kasei, all the 34 constituencies are war Greater Crown. Now, resolutions are more passy and the Abakayan. And the Ebeshe, Niama, almost to say, Yen Sissa, a war, your party constitution, any senior, yes, manage your party. At the regional level, at the constituency level, at the national level, no, and no bedu yensa, abeka yensa. I think that's correct. And then now we'll go ahead to also look at your war region, no, so no, the party also for almost 4 years now. Nyama ye feel say. Yes, it's a mukakra ebeboye. And it's senior, yes, he handle party, no, for the past 4 years, no. Say to me, boom, one contract. Wow, when him say, we took over from 2018, all the way through. Abepin bebia, ye way, Yama bibre akukoso. He has a party for, ye bebu one contract, they actually party for. Na, Nisano. Miankasa miye the chairman of the region no mekasa na me secretary
Okay.
ono nso bekasa unima secretary no ono anoye head of operation ekesa operation nyina ase ne nanso ono nso bekasa na ye treasurer ono hwe ye sikasem so ni ade enti ye hweso sisi aye kasa committee ye djuma omudi omufana yi no betudwa ochena committee omu ye djuma omu collate all the resolutions ayaji so far. No, this committee I mean is made up of reps from the members of parliament, the MMDCs, regions who rep wo ena constituency chairman also almost omo repa okanwa omo yesa adwuma. At the end of the day no omo besivu all there because on say MBA constituency way I can be na constituency be I can the same thing who here say be can say we can say they bring it together so mo ye nyina here no mo dey aba. So that resolution will be read at the conference na mo bia to say Greater Accra region asema ye dey ko national enunye eti ye ni say we national officers on by general secretary be by there e say ye man no kwan so no na party no e hye no nsa eti onu so be kasa kire ye senia so far niama city ni ye da ni ma be ye kasa unim say ye be ye national conference.
A national delegate conference
yes,
this year.
This year,
okay.
Bebaso Ashanti region, precisely Kumasi.
Okay.
Me sure say Obe uses our opportunity no now on also the Maya or the Maya update on the Omoye Senebeya Ubia Betias, and the usual fanfare that comes with this idea. Wafa COVID abe high and kakra ama seni ayeshia say nije no yana akofem kakra so then we are managing with the assurance say we all adhere to the COVID-19 protocols. So make it okay.
I suppose we be will last regional delegate conference before the next regional executive elections, Beboa.
Yes,
this is likely to be
because the next one no so your conference
absolutely but that one elections will
exactly no if no extraordinary because they be year elections no come on somewhere April next year.
Wow, indeed, that's quite close. April that's about roughly 6 months from now basically now our conference no baso indeed we na acquire a conference without an election no the regional party would expect say chairman Ebema report on his stewardship over the past 3 years. Would you have something good to report on?
Oh, okay. Right. The way Etieno is not well, you are giving a welcoming address. Welcoming address. And then also, of course, you do the closing remark. But you are at liberty to, spice it with whatever there is that you think that the party at the regional level is So yes, for example, we are here now. There are key issues, trending in the political space. You want to address them and then get them to appreciate senior City. So it's a platform. Ube pese. Ube bienema so kakrama party for because you see you are managing the party for and on behalf of omo party no your omodia eti ye share mu say that presents you with an opportunity to let them know senior niama apart from directly dealing with the constituencies and having such conversations me call constituency na mini constituency for elko bon komo a embia omo beka me ho kwa be me executives ana meko me nkwa but at a gathering like this embia wako constituency ha wako kan wako another constituency wako kan be which is where you don't know but a forum like this is an opportunity to speak the same language to all the constituents. I
wanted to find out, sir, before I saw be a regional chairman, now what hold the party position be that?
Yeah. I've served as a regional first vice before.
Oh, okay.
And I've been a national council member for almost 12 years now.
National council member?
The highest.
Really? No, based on the international national council member.
Okay, I became a national council member since 2009. 2009. Okay. By that time, I was the regional affairs vice.
So now representing Greater Accra.
Yeah, Greater Accra.
Our national council.
Yes.
Okay.
Then as a regional officer, but after that, on say the executives, any national will come together and select representatives representing the various regions at the national council. Some will be party officers, some will not be party officers. So I think after 2009, I've been representing the region as a non-party officer.
Okay.
Okay. And 2018, regional chairman. Regional chairman, you are an automatic member of the National Council and also the National Executive Committee.
Okay. That's interesting. My name sir Unya, because I heard people call you C7. C7 there. A nickname ana.
Oh, okay. Well, I happen to be the 7th elected chairman of the region. 7th
elected.
Coincidentally, here to Abano Sono, me winning with a difference of 7. At everyone almost started boarding chairman 7. I only say politics is about branding and marketing. At Yamaudi Sano Bia Fraudia and and so that's what happened.
And is C7.
Oh, C7.
Chairman 7. The 7th regional chairman for Greater Accra. And I'm winning with a difference of 7. That's really interesting. That regional executive election, I will win by a regional chairman. No? You made promises to the party people to delegate to Aba Emma at the time. And I would want to believe, say, Okache say, you would leave the party in a healthy state. See, barely 6 months to go to the next election. No? Party in Greater Accra is strong.
Okay, so let me go back to the question you asked earlier that Papa. And then he say, I took over the leadership of the party in April 2018. That time na kunya ewoyen 21 seats.
Na party 21
seats.
Parliamentary seats.
21 parliamentary seats. Na me analysis before I even became the chairman. Na constituencies be wo ho a menim say ye mia ye ni a ye betumi awini. Eni ebini say sege constituency say na I was so sure say ye be wini. Katamanso I was definitely say nyame boaye na ye nema yi a ye betumi awini. Constituency like Amasama. This constituency I mean say me and be winning. Then you look at a constituency like Kole Clote. Then also Obum Domiabra.
Okay.
Yes, Obum Domiabra. No ebe o nwa kakra because Obum Domiabra no ye we chire pa. Eti u be bisa say anacha me ban say na yes. Baby a me ye adwuma pa frontline politics Sege constituency. Na Sege constituency no is one of the strongholds of other party NDC. Now with good planning, working so hard, bringing everybody on board and being there for the people, doing grassroots mobilization. Building Adina Cecilia, we are at about 47% or so. On our NDC war. So that's the gap I look at my experience and who say no. Election, oftentimes, you nyat daji. Emma edumani ye pa na we investing resources, not only money, not only material, but your time. Oh, because I didn't know what edumana yeah. It wunya butre microphone na you try to bring them along. And they know that you are there for them. Trust me, they will follow you. So with that experience, I was so sure. Say, I'll be able to win.
Sege constituency.
I'll be able to win Obum Domiabra.
Okay.
Obum Domiabra.
Okay.
So no. Constitute campaign team, regional campaign team, no, I elected myself to work at Obondomiabra. I remember one of my most trusted friends who was a member of the strategy committee I former here, the former mayor of Accra, Ajesoa.
Okay.
Osre yesa no observe say adena ma choose Obondomiabra of all places, but rather he would think that I should go to Katamanso.
Okay.
Obudosu me. So at the end of the day, no, I had to, you know, agree and go to Katamanso instead of Obondomiabra. So in the scheme of things, me name say me ko Obondomiabra. What I did at Sege, I can do the same thing there because I understand the local dynamics and war difficult areas like that. But unfortunately, well, so putting all these together, no, I was so sure, say, we can increase our seats, no, from 21 to 24.
To 24.
24.
Out of, at the time,
out of 34.
34 constituencies.
Yes.
And then we 21.
Yeah, 21.
Target, we need 24.
Very good.
Out of 34.
Exactly. To be able to do this, no, I needed to protect the seats. Because not seat when you're there.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Most of them,
most of them, we share constituencies like Medina, like Adenta, come to talk about Lada de Kotopon, come to talk about Crowwall, Lejokuku. These were constituencies, but you know English among from. These were constituencies. We struggle. Sana, yes, now we share the number of times NDC winning, and in the number of times winning, and not to say NDC,
yeah.
Now, ya winning city, say, Yebeko Yenibia. The most important thing to do from day one is say, you make sure that you protect these seats away and
21 now.
21 away and unfortunately, something interesting happened. Oh, say, to foresee Penibia Mati, okay. And you know, Yamanu be Waha, Sisia, or radio so. Sabi utumi kaningana.
Yeah.
Na enoso ni no kreno. One say Yebeko elections no. Na for whatever reason, no, me members of parliament at the time, no, they openly declared, say, they were not supporting my candidature.
Meaning it's a time and I'm going to call regional executive election.
Regional executive.
That was standing for chairman.
Exactly.
Some certain MPs at the time.
Yeah.
In fact, don't support to candidature.
We see some crap na ye kakra. Virtually, no, I can say.
All
because
of them,
they said it on air. Enye asema air secret.
All of them, all the 21.
Well, they were led. They have the caucus of leadership.
Okay.
So once the leadership speaks, that's supposed to be the voice
of the caucus.
So you can see the difficulty from the very beginning. It's every election. No, nyami ye madam. Me winnie no. Na akoye say, is he coming to work with us? You know what would he? Na akoye say, sa doubt no ewo ho. So what I did was that the first meeting I had with my executives, no. Because say, look, me, what I'm coming to do is that I'm coming to protect these sitting MPs that we have. Hey, now I say, because it was a bit surprising. So everyone knows, but these people who came against you, why are you really sure you want to, It's not difficult from the very beginning.
Yes.
Trying first of all to convince my executive, say this is the direction I want to go, and then also the members of parliament themselves. Because without their cooperation, you can't do that. What you say? Because you see, your opposition and their party speaks final.
Yeah.
I mean, who call you from Biom? But you what abemuno, most of these MPs, also ministers. And now we power comes with control. Well, hey, na we share weight. Sebi. Omoye ministers sana de na be entino na akoye say they appear to be on their own somehow. And on say party no party na do buy and anything that disconnects you from the party means that you are going down. True. When so it was so difficult. I remember I called them once to a meeting and told them that, look, This is what I want to do, and I need your cooperation to be able to do this.
Yes.
To start with, munko famu pictures, embra. Na ye kese infantry ye party office in Ghana. Say the beya ubi a rumpe on me say because I don't know. Say me protecting the city MPs. Constitutionally, no, there's a limit to what I can do. But strategically, no, nyama wo ho ubeya sebi ebema de opese o achieve no bebaso. I can say yes, sir. Some of them, behind the scenes, felt free and they were dealing with me. Typical example, Honorable Tina Mensah. Now, omu lead the charge against me, no. But you know, on one friend me. Oh, boyfriend, to say, like you say, me no, to say me, I will me the divine Otoo Agorhom. Boni, ye the boni bechen, and ye me dim baku secret. So let's move forward. In any case, since I want a wabe leader. The honest lies on you. I didn't you see the Jawa and idea. Sure, yes, sir. That is not the time to be saying that this person was not with me, and so I'm not going to be. No. That wouldn't help us. So getting them to even come on board, no. Na ISM. I told them, who free meetings are MPs I say omuba. Na akoye bibi kakra. Let's me kind normally. Honorable Moses Enim. No wapa trouble. Or wahu brase say no waba oni ye say up and down Patrick Buaman, a few of them, say me kind. There were MPs I can say omo attend ye meeting baku say kopim ene
regional chairman frame meeting of certain MPs now. Ebimu never came for the meeting.
Open me can say na me can say ma di kan chiro say
na say what bomb mo buy
ma di kan chiro say sabi on say we penyin region nyina e hye wonsa nyema bi wo ho a ubetimi aka nyema bi wo ho a na nso nika no but say na be ya you will see any utifo be hu a bit of the challenges, not even everything. Na aye difficult, very very difficult. Sebi nim say ye wo opposition na omo ye businesses omo wo party mu ni ade omo di tubu akakra edi boa party no na ye ba aban mu a omo so omo hwe kwan say na ye ba aban mu de say mo ntumi nya bibi amaye kra you should be okay on your own, don't come to us again. What am I trying to say here? I didn't hear this kind of manage ade no. What you say? One kasa unkwa ubutum sika. There's limit to which you can go. To me, for ubutum sika, you wa bemwa ubia expect say. Your opposition or bana woman intensities of Africa example. Or your power. Woman who handles this ground one show ya. Neni beji hu. Na adinu ye wumu se bi ye boa mana ye na ye at least if for nothing at all means we me feel kakra say me party war abemu. Anye yesa na aye problem. She obani the arrangement e wo ho no your members of parliament ni ye sisi amini wo kasai amini wo kasai a new ye coalition ye buy your numbers no reduce from 21 to 14 meba ho almost 14 aya buy. If I tell you the contribution omo ye di boa party na within this short period 13 now 14 now me won met me aka so contribution omo di amayes is more than 5 times more what 20 all the 21 together did for the past 3 years.
You don't mean it?
One share yes ugu but masa adiwe who say to me can we so
on when you took over 21 certain MPs, you decided several percent of finding ways of bringing all of them together. No money why you graciously mentioned Trobo MP, so Waho Brassier, Obo Patrick Boama, say Onozo Waho Brassier, he contributed no by meetings near there. You said na ebimoma. Why am I not Emma meetings? Why na Wama meeting? It be that all the meetings you call.
And no bet to me I had din kakra. We cry me can you can see the difficulty with which I make away. But the thing is to say, Ubia say, why ya dear I listened to your intro.
Yeah.
Eti say na dey no te no uye din na one can sem no and you don't say anything at all. People don't get to know what it is. Na aye bibi kakra. But I can say but there are MPs that never attended our meeting, not even once. We can conference
and some of them lost their seats.
And I mean, can say most of these MPs are almost losing almost seats. No, it was extremely difficult managing them. Extremely difficult. Who can air no? Oh, some of them will openly do voice notes and ridiculing you and all on our group platforms. Yeah, elections no. Me call president ho. Ena me ko stress mpanocho coastal Friday saying Minister of Fisheries and Aquaculture the panocho pa and me pese free and on farm mine President Kajam say odi coastal odi fisheries my friends what did we do? Didn't we lose all the coastal
seats?
Make and then
what disable
and when you look at the stretch and say the you can see say adenu nipa na ye MP waye minister, some of them cabinet ministers. Wanya sa discipline na won say eye party no ene de wo ba ya. If you analyze all the constituencies one by one, you lose it, one key thing you see say the candidate then was not working with the party. If you look at all of them, it became so difficult for us. I had to go to His Excellency the President. I had to go to the Chief of Staff and cry on them, and present reports in the presence of the parliamentary candidates, MPs. Then say, I do Obi, your friend meeting Omba, Obi, yes, I presented this report seeking their intervention because I didn't also know what say. But we are being one. Almost share. Your friend saying almost share party and I say almost share leaders in parliament I say and some almost share president I say
government.
I tried all this. Obani we put together because of we put together a reconciliatory committee chaired by the then Speaker of Parliament himself. The entire year in the sun says, "Send be ya." Someone said, "Almost an assay." And to know the obe sronu kakra. One. And the yes, I know. Na I didn't go say. One said, "Eso offer no mumbra." Eso offer Committee no potanasia. Eso on from no mumbra. Opening me. I was shocked when we were demanding a report from them. I say, Chama, I'm talking about Professor Michael Kwe. It is much easier coming from opposition. Now because you see your opposition, the party we are very strong. Yeah. Anytime we are in opposition, the party is strong. But when we are in government, master, nipa na wodi ni na edi dokunu wo kwan hunu sisi nipa na be ye obi a sebi military for ni police for atwa ne hwahia ni na yihu protocols ni ayi enye boni say etisa because their security is also very important. But ni free ni huka kra say party no na ne ba ye pe oba say na ye kwan no. Otherwise most of these seats are every year. Trust me, we wouldn't have lost the seats. We shall see it be every year some braye ansana ye anybody I could do ye na adina kofema masa ye kan during the 2020 campaign the committee ye the manage campaign no obia ni ho award the previous campaign team no obeka say he or she didn't play a role in the 2020. Apart from the then regional minister, he was the chairman of the campaign the previous time. We made him a member of the team. He attended the meeting only once. And I mockingly said, Now, you see, even that, when Tema East was difficult for us to manage, I organized the Council of Elders Chairman, Honorable our brother, big brother, Ramonankra, Penny and I call the Tema Regional Executives, no, Kopani Chosa say. Sebi be war between only titles cry on the oil penny on Germaninka na yenko keke. We did all this. Now if the person will not move openly
what can you do?
The former secretary my own brother Ajesua was part of the strategic team the call 2020 elections, no. All the presentation, he has been doing the presentation. He was part of us.
Chairman,
Honorable Sister Joyce Impari was part of the team. Near on Kayehu in the very middle. Archibald. I put him in and gave him an assignment to help us manage Dominikwabenya constituency. So virtually all the previous executives were part of party and your back.
Yeah.
You as a leader must find a way of bringing everybody in so that we will all work together. When we achieve results, it's for all of us. So we were all in the. I hear some of these stories and I just keep quiet and we end it. So with a platform like this, you want to at least throw some small light. Oh, it's not like you went and did something in your bedroom and the others were not part, and so for that reason, whatever the outcome is, of course I accept responsibility. I'm the leader, whatever it is, But at least I think we also need to know the cause, the angle.
The question I wanted to ask, and I got our research team to do a bit of work in the constituencies of Mulusu. If I'm right, you lost out of the 21 seats. You lost Tema East, you lost Krowo, Mulusu Lejokuku, Mulusu Ladadikotopon, Mulusu Ablekuma Central, Mulusu Akaikwe North, Mulusu Madina, and a Mulusu Adenta constituency.
Okay.
In the 8 out of 21 constituencies were lost. Contrary to target, Sanka Ubewini, be 3 more constituencies. I'm now 24 in total. Good. Now your team no call out no. Omoko who say in Tema East there was some kind of an issue between the parliamentary candidate and some government appointees in there. Krowonso, there was some kind of a conflict between the PC and some other leading members of the party in there. Lejokuku constituency, so there were some problems. La Dadiko Topon, former MP no, and PC no, and MC ne campaign executive call your friends executives so na issues kakra ewo ho. Ablekuma Central, PC and MCE, Okaikwe North, PC and some of the failed parliamentary candidate aspirant. Okay, Madina and Soa, PC no, the MCE, and some of the core executives, no issues, Kakao, Adenta was an exceptional case. And for all these 8 constituency issues, and I don't know if there were issues you were aware of as regional chairman in these constituencies, and specifically, to want to resolve these specific issues, because I don't think that break it down. Say you resolve what any.
Me that's a idea. Anka ebeye say ubi so munsu womra mitiha anka be fe pa, but on say basan so ana ye party internal issues no na dey appear bonting. Myself saying this is because of the stories making rounds that at least somebody must know what really happened.
What went on?
Yes, chipping bikitwe keke. Wa sama research team no akofa by said there Mikael no, you understand say all the places we lost no, either the candidates most of them are MPs, some of them are ministers, deputy ministers, they know. If you go around all of them, no, you will realize, na omoni party no problem, and I got personally involved sometimes as late as 2 a.m. You were meeting for me. Yeah, bombardier say you be resolve. Yeah, bombardier say you be resolve. Me catch you say, do baby me who say no. Yeah, here ubia sabi oye penya on best room kakra akan semi. Say uni ye mami ye free and can over to me aben uru say to me or can't you know the efforts that we made. I personally went to her begging say I don't know I say ni schedule on say na campaign time to so now I busy. She even promised to go with me to meet them one by one. I'm talking about the chief of staff herself.
Okay.
You know, then beyond that we put together committee of eminent personalities at your region, Openyi Ben Echeng, Professor Michael Kwe, at the time, no speaker. Speaker, because oye omunyina omupenyin wo ho. Na ada Honorable Ajiri Branson was part of that committee. Honorable Ajiri Branson, it is a papa for us in this region. I mean, you know, na. I hope you understand. And nuntina, say. On say you see penyin fear na how do you call it? Uni penyin fear adrie. So edu baby, you need these elders ombe then ombe to me abua. Eti ekobase omu intervention no yidia on say na abano. Say we MP who call as parliamentary candidate na sebi wow conduct amboawa so ko transfer and I mean say obedwen hu ahun say no me ye ne say ana manye ne say ye kan honorable Henry Kwoti oye regional minister CCIA she ye be ko elections no na onu so kan omo lead campaign no against me ye election no going forward. He himself called me. He was in Germany by then. On one kasa frame me. And my head didn't come oh chairman. Me ma move. Say na pesa we now yes say. Obvious akwana. Ye to me ye juma bom no. Or to me koye. Ye to me ye juma ma on one kasa koye unopposed. Without that collaboration, aka emma. Honorable Tina Mensah the same. Honorable Trouble MP no Moses Enim the same and many others. And you know I'm saying say collaboration is a cooperation now because I don't know when I will call election election. The party is only supervising and managing. We will face and a war. And what we know as a party because the information and direction you be more based on information I receive is from research. Chufo say wa wucha unimwet eti no wet you know eti na party na strange arrange the sano. So if the one that is supposed to supervise you and direct you or kasana one tia openyi, what do you do? This is not something that is not known to war party. A lot of we saw it coming. Say adu we say in the beba now we are coming. She kasai constituency like Amasama.
Yes.
Constituency like Amasama. 2016, when we had a win for, hard as we tried, we couldn't win Amasama. So ordinarily, if that is anything to go by, then we shouldn't have won Amasama in 2020. How come we won Amasama? We won Amasama because managing party no hono. Well, you want to say the chairman or whoever happens to be my friend, my personal assistant, so make us because we put a team together that they listen to the directive of the regional executives. No, we won Amasama. A constituency we could have lost easily. Botiano English am from. We could have lost that constituency easily. We stood our ground. We had a candidate and executive there that listened to us. Once I are winning, the situation could have been worse, my brother. So me can plainly say we couldn't win Sege. We couldn't win Bonkatamanso. Bonkatamanso. We couldn't win that place. We couldn't win some of these other constituencies that we targeted because cooperation, as I say, if you go to a constituency like Kole Krote, those were the constituencies within my target. Yeah, say because we're not having members of parliament there, but they were within the targets. I said to say, you be achieve.
Mobe winning aka 21.
You be winning aka 21. No, meaning what your research, produce. But if you go to that place, you will see right from day one. Now, candidate no, ni a friend saying party no, so we had to go in myself. I had to go in. I organized people all the way from Tema. I put together a team to go there and be supporting them just to make sure that Obani Ejumani die one will say we a coach. No matter how well we team be ball, the ultimate you say mubeshe go half a cup no. Until one share go and for cup now, and now we share 10. Now we opposing team no, 11 now. One losing match. The moment you lose the match, no matter how well you played, if you look at Greater Accra region, one thing you will see very clear and say the region is peaceful. And I mean what? The region is very, very peaceful compared to previous years. We've been able to manage this region. We share myself and my executives the way we are. It doesn't mean say any problems. So we face problems all the time, but we have a way of solving it, and to be able to hold the political power like this together. I'm sure we are monitoring other regions also. Yeah, if you compare, you see Greater Accra, we've been able to hold ourselves together. Whatever, no matter whatever, happened. Yeah, Tumia Suye Musa, myself, my first vice, my second vice, we arranged, say, one is in charge of operations, myself, because I'm the third guy. My first vice, Honorable Adorye is was placed in charge of conference resolution and all these things. I'm not sure. Then my second vice, Joanna Ada, was in charge of finance and administration. This is Greater Accra. We the only region that we were able to do this. And so it's not like I'm the chairman, so all the time I'm the chairman. We yet 3 year meetings, I'm be and then somebody else will be chairing. Either Joanna is chairing or Adorye is chairing. So that they also get exposed to the rudiments of the game and get experience and all that, because we are building a team. Okay. If you look at it carefully, of course, the result doesn't reflect the Juma just for the simple reason that we didn't get the kind of cooperation we must get from our members of parliament at the time.
That's an interesting point, and
it's a difficult thing.
And remember my next question, Chairman. Semeshe constituents are Mulusi, of course. The ones you couldn't win, that's the target. I mean the target of 3 more. Me sure de na ekura mo na Mulusu yena. In a constituency like Okaikwe North, for example, which seat was a seat na ekuramo? Mulusu seat. No, are you saying say? For a constituency like that, you did everything humanly possible as a region. And how difficult was peace in the Ukraine saying?
Which of the constituencies?
Okaikwe North. Fuseni Issa. How difficult was him? Sir, a quadruple level, Sanamoye Bibiana Enye.
Okay, probably that might be an overgeneralization of the whole issue. Okay. Let's look at some of them in specific terms. A constituency like Okaikwe North,
yes.
A constituency like Ablekuma Central. In fact, we lost those constituencies because of COVID. Yeah, it will be shocking, but that is the truth.
Ablekuma Central.
Yes. Unim, one will say, COVID no. Primaries in the MP constituencies very late.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The moment we finish the primaries you switch it into registration.
Voters registration.
Exactly. And usually you call primaries say naturally. Obi who support Obi, me be support Obi. In the heat of it, there will be cracks.
Yeah.
The party needs time to be able to heal all these cracks. Now, get brought together. What I say?
Yeah.
And why did we do the elections that late? Because of COVID. Because of COVID, ever do maybe na ye hu se na ebe no, na ye hu se na ebe no. Ye call National Executive Committee meeting, and I go for again say, okay, say sa na tie dia, e dey ye no thought. Oh, electoral area by electoral area. Eventually, that's what we did. It happened so because of COVID. Now, this affected all the other areas. But listen to one other problem that happened. One will say, yes, I know. I didn't call ya ma sebi. Na and candidate SSA. Ye farmers holiday no kaya. Ye changing at the last year. And ye the call another day. It happens to be the day elections no. Now elections no. This is Accra, a working region. Wow, ubia uti hey sebi. Ana oye juma batem bia na uti hamasama na some far away place. Eti juma uba ejuma. You stay here from morning till evening. Now what for traffic mo say na wako dufie. Election so ye be yen so a ye starti anopa be 7. Na by 5-6 no na ya pon ana yesa. So ordinarily no, if you want to vote, no, you register at the area where you work, so that uba ejuma ubeba betu waba upon na wakofie. Nobody obia nim say ebekwa ko ban say there yebeye election no yebeye no holiday. Ukaipa this information came on I think Thursday and Friday ni Monday yekoto aba. Bebre I register wo bebia omu yejuma.
But that is why the regional executive should have informed Jubilee House this holiday thing would affect us. And at the time, it was not region and I registered Nipa Bebre into.
Thank you.
This was the battleground region.
Thank you.
And you should have made input to government. Say, hey, holiday on election day be high.
In fact, Interami can say COVID no high pa because one say I can be say no normally unless you are suggesting say for the government to take decision which day to be holiday or not, no, a political party should be consulted. That was not the practice. What you say? Because in the heat of it, no, we all know we're not in normal times. And they were looking at Nyama more than political party interest. So at the end of the day, no, it was so declared, say the Monday I go to Abano that day. And your holiday, Great Accra, because most people no almost free a church and on Juma, then they go back to their places of residence. No, most people did not come. Now I made reference to Okankwe North. So Okankwe North, oh baby, sir. La Paz will be brave. You see that large, okay, not for a constituency. Rally, normally we don't worry about bringing people because baby, society, all those people did not, come.
And same for Abdokuma Central.
That affected us. It affected even Odododio also because Odododio Juma Omoye the last time clearly we were sure say we were going to win the elections. Unfortunately, holiday no high. Sure, afensu then you want to talk about and no put the nkwa SHS students no. One say ebinum from Nanado babies as if omo benefiting from free SHS no at least anya ye kra say omo show appreciation kra some 65 to 70% of them there sanka omo wufo ni mofana nkasa beto abana maye. But you know what happened? It so happened say because of COVID the children were made to stay at home.
Yes.
But because omo work calendar no be affected no, they were made to go to school to go and write their exam. Form 3 students no? By which time the Form 2s were at home. Okay, pa. Ena yebe to abano sata no much exam so they came home. Then the Form 2s were in school. So the Form 2s were in school, but their votes were at Bebia Omuti.
Okay.
Form 3s no were home, but their votes were at Bebia Omuchuro Omu exam to. Me say me akasa me ba. Okochuro exam no wo Kumasi. Enti yes no. Thursday meeting say ya declare Monday no holiday no. Me man di kan call ye. Efre me Ashanti regional colleague no ma omu man baby e da ye. to abano ho onu kwa bisan say ne okoto abano man no kwa ho ntire because on the share and say MPP you know the boss na oped the baby try et one to me how many people would allow their children to travel that journey just to go and vote and come election day wa won say na hit war system no et bebrea esanka on be free aba aboso kan obi wo ho a power na odi na odi manage ne ho holiday I will say adwuma ne wo be ba be start na wo ne fie let's say a place like Dowenya, then you want him to travel all the way from Dowenya, no to Abano and go back until holiday no amboye. And all this will happen because of COVID nyama ebaye. And immediate baby Amika say we end this for me to move some money prepare and I think I can understand it because we are NDC now analyze this senior nyama se call your part senior bitia ma analyze the one meeting we see me NDC me yembe shime. I want to borrow platform me to assure MPP for say 2024 Nyakopon Daruma we will win this election and one say let's forget about all these differences pulling each other down there deal with the kind of fear say every party be here 8 years now or call near the we will win these elections because we tell one me get this analysis share obi if we go right now anye cry. You are sure, say, we will get Okankwe North back. You are sure, say, we will get Abdulkuma. Oh, of course. But those are our seats.
You will win Okankwe North back.
Yeah, we can win. We will win Abdulkuma North easily. We will win Abdulkuma Central easily. Tema East, ya tutu ye nyama ya, we will win. If we are able to protect this, our seats, your was is here. Now you can win it 3 people, become 17. I hope you understand because these are not seats that we lose. Lose it. These are traditionally our seats. Et ye the win crop bekamu na ye to me board ye wo who buyer say anya 17. Historically, the trend is that you win Greater Accra, you win the general election. The 2020 elections was another normal experience. We lost Greater Accra and yet we won the general election. Wow. The candidates also had no time to campaign. No wonder the president won. What I said, who analyze the idea? Also, President, Nejumano the Wabonti MP. We want to now look at you individually. You need to make time for us. I don't also know you are not too sure whether you will win or not. You call promise. I think for so months now, you have to Abba. You call registration. Registration takes a lot of their time. And idea cooperating with the regional partner, we get involved to manage the year. We would have had a different
results. Chairman, the other thing they say, for everything you've said, one of your parliamentary candidates was in our studios about a week or so ago, right? Hopeson Adorye, say we name no.
Hopeson
Adorye.
Of course, yes.
Good. Pon Kataman so na no PC. Oba studio ha nen seminar o kan no bi any so you respond to them.
Greater Accra, with all due respect, yemi anom nkranfo ehu se a higher capital of the whole nation. Enti obia eba. Yeah. Miti ye na capital no call voter region. Kasa bring nkranfo gu ho eye adwuma no nkanya de ketwa. Wa hu ne ete no. Enti this kind of free her ne ne ka ho. This is the man that was the constituency chairman. Yeah. I hear Juma or Papa Ike. What's now on 30 years plus? Why any other? Why all these things? And you see, it's pointing to one thing. Maybe say as party, as I say a trans in Yashamiama. Greater Accra. Huh? Greater Accra also Greater Accra fully a good for the poto. 2024. We need someone now. What you cool-headed? What handle the region? This tribal sentiment in will be a few. You already know. Metro Mebo, but Yabeka, and maybe Yabeka. Obi started this. See some go for not now the village. Now we'll bring wash you any other. It's not good. It's not good. We need to make sure, look, MPP, let us focus and make sure this time we are going to get a formidable regional chairman and make sure say we're driving here to a positive direction. I be making sure because you win Greater Accra, you break here 80 no way. What you say? Greater Accra voter population etiso you nya win pe you break here 8. That is what you are going to do. Say say president ebe nominate obi. Hey, one go interview obetima nominate.
Yeah.
So on yet no. Obi to one my interview no be meaning, but I will not mention the you can say. Oh no man do nya call. Yes look. O kwa take over.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The person ya put it in. Ya confirm no. Was started the Juma warrior. So on yet no. Let us know that and then make sure say bibia ye biano. You o kwa reject say. Baby a yemfa say MPP ni no akwa to etia. I mean, you are disgracing your president. What you say? Eti you who say a party me say me try as a kemekobi. At the point me say the MC or me total support because me was Rose be I approve mama. I just the letter that I make say be I am going to follow it up and make sure what they say that aduma start e ne ka ho. Eti mesre pa. This time yes, party for Nina, let us come together and make sure because already yes, you want appointment of MMDC is a chain in the Kakikahu. Dear President, what's it look? You change your banya. I know more motives to know because they are not in line with your vision. Et you know, open term, so be what's one no problem, Mamma, so up to 2 years and so be change your more, change your more. Because it's the same government, the same party, and all that. So, on yet, you know. Yeah, makwai. But
when you say mubenya
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
What do you mean?
So baby question.
Papa, your friend is saying Divine Agorhom and I am original chairman.
Yamau a region with 21 seats, with the about 14. Should we sit down and go back to 7? No.
Before I Agorhom, but I'm 21
seats.
Now
Asempa FM.
21 seats. Hey. I'm out for a hypocrite. They cannot speak. Me, I will speak. What Papa me free party no, I don't care. What you say? We are not going to entertain it. Here, Obia Chama will call elections. What me candidate will not go with the can say MC China say DCH against your candidate. And you want to win the region? Make say we are going to get a formidable me Matite say Ajeso Weba. I am going to throw my support to him. I will campaign for him.
Ajeso former AMA.
Former you can say. What you say? You better make sure you better will be a what did reach no beko. I you better win. You go so Sadio Manu su demo. Me started to be communicating Ama Party March 2008 continuously up to this time. Me ko break it. Me took kwa break radio work no grade me ya the same say me go Ghana kra. What you say? Eti identity as so Sadio Manu na hwe. What the Mary reserve some Yibia, Mekano later. Me say Sadio way na will free her, started from somewhere. What's the song of Fogo village now? Bring what you want and in your Kakaka. No, but what I say, look at the way you can say regional minister, the near pray. Say, regional minister, the interventions are. And go from marriage at home and Kenya Dikito. Kenya Dikitoa. What I say? Eti, me say we are going to get a formidable chairman. That one, I am saying it.
No, but
with that fear of
listening to you, no, because I can say regional chairman eba sided with MC to campaign against candidate. That's your personal experience, and
me want that experience, and a lot of candidates have that experience. A lot
in Greater Accra.
Greater Accra, I am telling you the truth. No crowd can na man for adwuma yo mo fan ne ekoyanim o woni ete no eti side ne de me devote me say obi a wo bacha ma bia no I will devote my time campaign for the person morning afternoon evening. I will campaign for the person because yemfa ya no keke and the breaking 8 what you say yeah the strategy ne ade obi o yes
selfless on Asempa
FM. What I say? Obi a one penny the can say ne yedie any ne kaika ho. No. Party chairman you are for candidate because so now the candidate no go. Yet the regional shall win the vote for the party. That's how go jack candidate seems ready. How do you win? How do you win?
And you are saying that is what Divine Agorhom did in
that
2020?
Yes, Miss Rona Maker. I have a personal experience. Miss Rona Maker. Me say me can't do with party the power and say, hey, you have free party no more. I don't care. I will speak the truth to the end. What you say? Now you get 21 you lose one number. You can say 14. Yes, it will only.
But how do you blame all of that on just the regional chairman?
Who is the head of the Secretary Council of MPP practice executive chairmanship.
And what would you then tell candidates Nankasanana Omukra Party Franca in the constituencies? Because by the same measure, no candidate be a Ulusu seat. No, you my own sign a contest. What would you say?
Fine, we don't mind. What you say? Me say when Katawa delegates cast a hopes in Kobioma and Meko.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Me won't me who change and I say, hey, no, I will not do that. What we say Kobioma and Meko. You know, money now move campaign. Me you know Kromati. What you say? We go ye campaign. Nyankopo ya dum. Me kai my be otunto volunteer boot because switch no me so ma me se kan ni volunteer boot ni ade me the village wo free hod no obi akosi akire no what chase kaman go for here muntu ma yekru mu ni no any ade ni nyina win na what hod now we side with the person. How do you win? So when you no eti me de me se great akra hey the way you vote no tie ha no ye ni ba bro obi ye ba me nya minister me nya CEO me nya hu what you say. But me trust me go position da. Me trust me go position.
In the now there was a hashtag uncle for the Sunday. Me almost say maintain divine to break the eight.
Omu diagro.
Hashtag no.
They are joking.
Divine Agorhom.
Me say they are joking. We are going to get a chairman that will take Greater Accra to the highest level.
That is what you want.
We are going
to majority.
Opa ma you from Fred Hadier. That's now cano. That's now cano. They say this time round.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
The last look. I thought that now is go. Last time before I saw the how many votes are the winner? 7 votes. Just 7 votes. Now when you pay now what cost all the constituencies are. You have no idea. Opa mun tinsi grom mun fefe MPP executives ni na now the mumisa omuna obeti wasum. What you say? Tom no enenruye but media matiasim mopa mun pabo me it will not take it away. I will still say it as it is. Naka Mordecai. Hey. Me before some me bege constituencies no ya chama dida.
Mordecai,
I'm telling you.
And that's the voice of the parliamentary candidate for the NPP in Pong Katamanso, Hopeson Adorye. Chairman, those are some very serious allegations against you. One, and it's you worked against the interest of the parliamentary candidate. You rather decided to side with MCE. Na Omaye Juma against PC. Mibusan say you no any experience, and I'll see you almost all the other pieces not suffered the same fate. I didn't know decide is all best idea.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
In fact, me asemi ama me ra ho kakra. Very very unfortunate because one me me campaign ye juma say me san wini as a regional chairman. Now take it say me campaign ye nyame ye madom and I'm winning as the regional chairman. Now you are going to pretend over potentially a candidate like Minuea Wakasai. So you yourself just look into the future. How is it going to look like? What is he saying I did wrong? Oh, Midika can say Penyin
Dua
Matimanti. Oh, okay. I hear, I know here.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Etino I think that probably he has a personal issue. Oh, the situation we experienced there, I had a different position from his position, and so probably he will be saying this. But I just want us to also know that, okay, 2016. Bonkatamaso, also Mikasa and Mikasa Bonkatamaso is one of the constituencies I was very sure say because reducing vote difference in 2012. Now the vote difference was about 9,614 between Yeni and DC.
That's 2012.
2012.
Okay.
Now about 2016 the vote difference reduced here from 9,000 about 3,540. Me can almighty Avote Agbo.
Okay.
And at 2020 oh wow, new candidate there, and yeah, we have a better chance. And I do Hopeson Adorye. No, the votes rather difference away has increased from 3,500 to 12,900.
That's the vote difference between
NDC for the Omunya against yes, no, 12,000. So that's the deficit we have now to go and fight for in 2024.
Well, I mean, now NDC candidate Ninya 51,755.
Yes,
and I hope Senya 39,546.
Strike a difference.
In a difference of about 12,200.
Percentage terms, no, we have come down from 45 to 42%. That is our situation in Bonkatamaso right now, and that's a gentleman talking. And yes, me can say right now, no, me to me Betran has a penny, running me candidate, potential candidate down. Basa Ochana, me be a chairman, now obey a candidate. How do I go selling the same person? Now, problem what happened in Bonkatamaso ni say, as an host be a candidate, no. Now MC, no, who was part of the executives na onyo munyana no moye djuma nana sipim oye omuchama no ofa the then parliamentary candidate no so mo apia seniba o hwe no buanu and all that, we all know this. And obeye MC no obeye asan obeba ye MC no omunyana, the chairman, the research director, the your friend who's saying the secretary, omunyana executive no bar together. And on one call ye. And thank you, say, himself, Omuhuni Panawo. And so, Okotana Hono, sending our Pesanka, friendship, ni Biakuya, Womutem, no Becosuno, and Kososa, and they felt disappointed. And to think, Omutem, we have been trying all along to solve that problem. We even put together an external committee to support them, led by veteran politician, Ashama MC no Albert Ochre Seji Saji any yes sister penny back on what them and baby Sapo. We put them together to help them. So that's how we're managing the situation there Bonkatamaso until Hopeson became the parliamentary candidate. Ubai Krofom Yenu Omuku no una wabe candidate. My position is that Master, close your eyes on this. Now try to bring them together because you need all of them. This is where our difference is. The difference I buy and one in the Hopeson took a position with the executives against the MC.
To the constituency executives against the MC.
Na ye ko transem no mono. Niama solo MC no. Otro ye wo paper so a odi support the candidature of Hopeson no. Ye nyina ye buy no same. Ye ko ye no na me wo ho. Seji saji wo ho. Me first vice Ajetawia among others, many regional executives are call you know. Is it true he's been giving you this weekly? He said yes. Is it true he gave you this? Or say yes. And they all say identity the picture you are giving us is wrong. Mpocho, whatever it is, no, please bring together and wait, because one are we a candidate, you are going to win the election. And this is a seat that you say you're winning. Whatever it is, let it rest. Win the seat first. You will not agree to the extent of petitioning the president to remove the MCE
in the middle of the campaign.
In the middle of the campaign, and you go on radio and say this thing so everybody hears this. Yeah, okay. Now the reporter call police president. Oh, you frame me, you frame. I think on call no on him say on be frame me. You call na me so wo I didn't hear. What would I say? Is it not what I know that I will say? And take class something in that. And now, as I saw say, now, I say, as some more back no say, and you know, yeti, after una way. Nipa you see nipa ye baby kakrama na who to me yikra men say anything, and you created the impression that the guy was not helping you all over on radio and all that. Meanwhile, that was not the case.
But I heard a voice record, I think an audio Hopeson did a day before the election, and he made the point, say he has intelligence that the MC set a team together, and that team, you know, after I think it's also party cows, and then go around in the constituency telling people not to vote for Hopeson. And he even threatened, say they are following up on the MC, and that they would make sure, say, they would get a picture of how he voted. And say, Obi or tempted, say, or betwatting a campaign will die, and send baby tuobine at the other ensem. Don't you think, say, some of these things are Hopeson probably led to the MCE not being retained, because maybe BNI and all the other intelligence agencies did their investigation and saw say the man went against him.
Obi, granted say the who can say that informed the president's decision not to. The authority to nominate who become MC. And the president here. Now, one opinion, that is a very classical example of the situation. Who call a battle? Not the night who call election. The night before the day I ever go to a panel. Granted, say what peak intelligence ampa say the person is campaigning against you. Then you do an audio threatening, say who or two, and those things in your car. Now where you near memoir, if for bet you because you did it openly and put it on platform. Oh, what I come from the beginning say penye dua manti because I wouldn't have been saying this is yeah sensitive issues. But as it is, well, look at this. You did this and threaten say you baby obeshia obia wouldn't better now arms Otoo Agorhom. This information got to people. I didn't even know. Around 11:30, I was going around the constituencies, no, and your sister back, Joyce in Paris, offered me say, "Hey, Matthias, I'm about now, Mr. Assembly." And I said, "The audio do mommy, me yam see me who me say at the African sir, because for this thing to go public at that critical moment where we had no space of time to correct anything, and they say, see, no African sir." No wonder this, a heavy defeat came at Konkata. So you know what I did?
Hopeson is not dumb, Chairman. Say, if the MC is not working against him, why would you say he would?
The American, I've told you already. Say,
yes.
We had a meeting bringing the MCE there, the party executives and everybody were there. Hopeson himself was there. I went there with my executives too. If any of my executives a year or Becca.
Yes.
So when I heard that this is what the MCE was doing to support him, I can say no MC did what Solo did in support of a candidate. I am telling you. You have a team. Let them investigate. Solo Solo the attitude, approach, and things may not be, the best. But you are the candidate. Una will call election. And the year and say, Ube Kroko Nipano Kakra. Now what can say executives and yes, I didn't know election where him. Ye corner ye the president can change him. We bring another person and let's win the elections first. What else would you do? When I told Hopeson, you know what he told me in the presence of everybody. Now me catch and say, dear Solo we I've been a candidate myself 3 times on a trot. Nobody gave me peswa. It was in 2016 and penny back offer me obuami kakra. So me I didn't know pose candidate your mom's car. I didn't know this. Eti de oya ma no opanyi so musa kakra na yenko. If something beyond a year, we watch out, we'll find out what to do. You know what he told me? He told me his regional chairman say enya onu and advise him say me call a candidate in the time the party was in opposition. That's what Hopeson told me. So they say, Sabi, Magumi must say, I chose to be a party candidate in the time when the party was in opposition. And it is that he has become a candidate at the time party no power. And it is the responsibility of the MCE to bankroll his. Now MCE knows cannot say, you appreciate that one. You appreciate that one. So granted, the person is working against you. Somebody you are attacking on radio, you are making audio, you want the president to remove him and all. Obi, Sebi. And I will call election. Then the night before. So I decided to go there. So when I was going there, I called Hopeson, I called. He never picked my call.
That's the night before the
night before. I was in the car with my wife and my children. We are going to my village because that's where I vote. So I decided to pass there. Because Solo family because Solo comes from that very place. He's an engine of the area. And what threatening say, naturally they will come to his rescue and his defense. I went and met them there. Honorable Dividana, party penny bakum, or Nusuna or Hodada. And they go say, I left the place almost 1:30. And I'm okay, Omati. They will see what they can do. But
now more patch also then say Omunko out and last minute campaign.
What else do we do? Yeah, the coalition, and that is what we do. Yeah, now you go around and be begging people, when you'll be worried, oh, Charlie Pacho, there you go. That is what we do. And if the people are resolving not to vote for us as a regional chairman, I have the responsibility to make sure, say, at least we and I mean what I even need and say, why we a candidate why boneno and say I called my brother, he will not even mind. What do I do? I left the place. Rather, when we lost the election, he said I came in the night to come and campaign against him. Just look at this. As a regional chairman who wants to win elections, I go and campaign against my own candidate. Some of these candidates, which includes Hopeson. He will not come. I have to call his chairman to come and take the money for him.
Really?
Situation situation and I'm making him away our bounty. But I would have said, or no, so I said this to him. If you think I'm lying, you should tell us. So you showed that gross respect to your regional chairman, and you want us to do what? Me fine, yeah, or so MC na oba vetting no one they recommended your friends the short list in the command president or no wanya. Then the story all over say me see or no wakuma and me and me ye in the free meanwhile I was not the chairman of the committee
of the vetting committee.
No problem. You have an avenue to petition, which he did, and he was invited to the presidential committee, which was then beyond us. Okay, you feel say you qualify for which you think somebody did that. So you see where the personal issues were coming from, because he picked it. He went on my FM and said to whoever there, and they also carried it on air, saying, "Say, me see, Hopeson Adorye, and I'm no free list him." Okay, he had the opportunity to be invited to the presidential
national
vetting. So what happened there too? Because you see, all these details will be with, the security system. They will know. I did hereby say I'm our appointment no be. And I hereby another president. Say be a man baby. So what happened at those places?
Our airport, I think. Wow. Ekosiisen high Asempa FM. Let me deal with some messages and then Chairman Wahe would make progress. But Chairman, I wanted to ask this question and some about messages, eso. Say me share analysis of Kon Katamansoa. Uza uka parliamentary, when you look at even the presidential. So the presidential nenswa. Now share difference in votes now. It's looking like say 2020 was an outlier, because some 2020 even between the NPP and the NDC presidential candidate, Nanado got 37,473. Former President Mahamanya 54,927 in a difference of 17,454 votes compared to 2016. In 2016, even though John Mahama won, the difference between John Mahama and Nanado was 5,077. And really, it cannot be a Hopeson problem. It's probably a party problem in that constituency. Well, the presidential also did not go very well for you.
Oh, opinion that's number one, the candidate, or say President Nidia, Obe campaigning in 275 constituencies.
Yes.
And you know, what we a candidate, parliamentary candidate, we a candidate on the ticket of the party. 80-90% of your job is to be campaigning for your president. To be campaigning for your president. What is here? I mean, if you go back and look at our results, my small village constituency, Segea, you can see that constantly, we were increasing like that. We share a year, 2020, we continuously went up like that, except for the presidential year, but continuously, as the parliamentary year was increasing, so was the the presidential results. So now, if you come to Katamanso, the results will not have been, good for the candidate also, because one will say, the president will come to your place, okay, and your persona, the way the people see you is what will translate into the results affecting presidential votes also. Do you understand? Because it's the same party.
Yeah.
It's the same party.
Yeah.
And I am looking at it from here. If for nothing at all, these are questions that we must ask. If for nothing, he worked here. That's his constituency. So we should be looking at his results. You understand me? And I mean, you can say, I am here as the leader of the party. Campaigning and hoping to retain my position as the leader. I cannot tell who will become the parliamentary candidate for Katamanso 2024.
Yes.
If by the grace of God I happen to be the chairman and Hopeson happens to be the candidate, I have the responsibility to go and work for him. What you say?
And that you will do, irrespective of
that is why I am being so careful not to personalize the issue. I listened to the audio you just played, and I felt like, well, thank God it's just personal. He has issues again. That's why I had to tell you all that went on.
Yeah, but he raised issues about tribalism against you, and those are things I'll come in later. But let me read some few messages, because we've had a lot of them. I'll then pick your thoughts on them, and then we deal with that angle about tribalism. He alleges brainwash you more and all of that. I believe you heard that in the tape. But let me read some few messages, and then I will come back to those issues. Ekosiisen many Greater Accra Regional Chairman and AD and Komo Ewo Studio we say Obi. Talking of MPs who did not attend meetings, Sarah Adwoasafo is number 1 on the list. She never attended any meeting called by the region. The only time she attended a meeting was when she was coming for her vetting at the regional office. Chairman,
Me can say I saw her during the vetting.
Apart from that, all the other meetings who
even calls, myself as a regional chairman, even calls. When we were launching her campaign,
yes.
Even when we're launching her campaign in her own constituency, calls, you want but attend the crap are fine. Just pick our calls and tell us, even picking the call was a problem.
Obi, please, can you ask Chairman why some non-executives were made to handle money? Example, as will be the Seji Saji. A director at NADMO was empowered against the regional secretary, John Okai, Tema Central. Chairman,
was empowered against the regional...
Saji.
Yes.
Was it on a Moody scanning in Aman, regional secretary?
Seji Saji. I think no cancer. No,
it's not friend John Okai or Tema Central.
Penny, we say Scott Bain, which
now
one?
Sergi Sagino play a role in the campaign.
He was part of the campaign team, and that's the your friend saying the regional secretary. You know, in our arrangement, the regional secretary is more like the head of operations. What you say? And I ensure that thing worked to perfection. You understand me?
Okay.
George Okai will say what?
John Okai.
No. That cannot be true.
Okay. Where's the Obi? And messages no. Okay, Obi. Now you understand why I have always cautioned to beware of the dangers of a single story. FM. Last week, when the story started brewing, I cautioned Hopeson not to tread that path, but he doubled down on it. Again, I would caution taking everything Divine is saying as the gospel. But having heard from both sides, some of us aren't looking at who is telling the truth, but looking at how it could become a hurdle for the NPP in the region. Politics isn't about talking, but more of being strategic. Starsky is in New York. Chairman Divine Agorhom is not and cannot be the reason why the NPP lost some 7 seats in Greater Accra. People must stop the wholesale argument and tackle the issues realistically. Regional chairmen, as we know, crack their brains to develop strategies and directives for the effective administration of the party. As Chairman Divine has said, there were some MPs or PCs who felt too big to honor common meetings of the executives. They wouldn't even cooperate with Professor Mike Okwe-led Reconciliation Committee. You show this level of insubordination, go into an election and get defeated, and you turn around to blame the chairman? Amazing convictions. No amount of mudslinging, backbiting, and open hatred against Divine will succeed. Hashtag maintain Divine to break the 8. Say Obama is in Pokwase and on the way are praying. Obi, I was equally shocked when I got to know the kind of financial assistance the then MC for Kpong Katamanso gave to Hopeson Adorye, and yet the picture was portrayed as though nothing happened. Senior, despite the several setbacks, sabotage, and conspiracy theories against the then Amasaman parliamentary candidate and now MP, he remained resolute in his quest to win the seat, and with guidance and support from Chairman Divine, won the seat for the party decisively. This goes to show how a determined candidate wins elections regardless of his or her challenges. Opeimu wojome edie eni. Obi, we can only win Krowo seat with Engineer Odai Lai and no one else. Krowo seat near Engineer as MP near Abele Nungwa. Obi, I am happy all these internal rifts are popping up now so that we'll resolve them early before we go into the national elections. But for the love of the great elephant party, I pray for cool heads to prevail across the party. Kwesi Reynolds is in Agona or Dobin. This one says,
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
And Namuraba, thank you for all your kind words. Obi, I disagree with our chairman. MCE Solo didn't do anything to help Hopeson. He rather called people to vote skirt and blouse against Hopeson Adorye. And if chairman is defending this man, I think we have to change this chairman. Great Amos, they are on the Aba any. Where say Obi, tell my brother Agorhom to relax. He should not get his blood pressure up. Chairman Adekoka and on the way up. Chairman Adekoka. Chairman, good evening to you. Obi, Chairman Divine is a divine intervention for NPP Greater Accra region. His role as regional chairman played a pivotal role in the 2020 elections. In the process of breaking the 8, he cannot be left out. He is so strategic and a unifier. Chairman Twasosa, Master Planner Junior, is in Kintampo. Okay. Hello, Obi. I am Alhaji Gomez. Please, Greater Accra will still maintain Chairman Divine. He would revenge on the losing seat and add more. And or the question be etato about that question there. Who here for now?
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Oh God. Okay. In the chairman me Pastor Ebenezer and who are Kese, unimno. Or say what shall. PIWC Dansoman pastor and was in Ninia and yes into Ochelpa. We say ask him about Sege Remember, he was the candidate in 2016. It rumored he did not support the NPP parliamentary candidate who was a lady. Chairman, we have a direct question to you because Segeya constituency.
Okay.
Who work here against Mupisi and all?
How can that be? Sege, am I supposed to?
Yeah, you're on air. Yeah.
All right, me that say. Sege, look at the results. Share it's about a week ago. You go confirm me president no nominee. Yeah, Pacho na pro NDC assembly members no and boy me call MP no hono. The kind say 2020 campaign me be yetiano no. Me yes me na contest it twice dada. Me ankasa me the current MP for Sege. 2020 campaign me be yetiano e wo Sege no. E ade bako amaya aye ne ya that he finds it difficult to let go. And he say wanya opportunity amaba FM. Obeka nchire mi ankasa direct. Mekai 2016 elections na mini now our president His Excellency Nana Ado Akufo-Addo bon komo meeting kemu aye bon komo ena o say divine e bi no beka nchire say 1 year campaign mamio am say na say also opponents and only if na out hasre no serious say sa obi ha so opponents it means something I have opponents all the time. They also try to undermine whatever I do. The young lady who stood on our ticket the last time who called me an uncle, unfortunately she emerged from a camp that is opposed to me.
To you.
Yeah, okay. So whatever I did to help, if I had not intervened, I was so sure we were going to win Segesi. I just told you we were going to win Segesi. That was in my calculation. But unfortunately, no. Uncle Basa.
That difference you're saying?
Oh, just little. We are around 2,000. The difference between us and NDC, the difference currently, the parliamentary is 1,790.
Okay.
So we are that close, and it's on high target.
You can still win.
Oh, of course, yes. Mami chia chama degoka. Mi hona chia yesi watu kwa obadia oma ye huno. Thursday mi ye conference I'll be glad to see him there. Yeah, somebody said that the thing is becoming of course I apologize to your listeners. Me kasana min tiemwa it doesn't flow well until let's just overlook that. With the
but this is a question I have to ask you. Obi, please ask Chairman Divine if Honorable Ebenezer Nina Nati and myself did not support him through his campaign and as a regional chairman, Fuseini Issa, former Okaikwe North MP, Semi Musao, say, did you not get the support of him and Ebenezer Nina Nati when you stood to become regional chairman?
Did I not get...
Earlier, you made the point, who contested for regional chairmanship, no? Almost all the 21 MPs at the time...
I'm so happy you just repeated exactly what I said. And that is exactly what I said. Almost doesn't mean all.
Ekosiisen
I can't be here be saying, Kojo supported me, Kwame didn't support me. I said the leadership of the caucus then came out openly
against you.
Exactly. So if some of them who were my friends supported me, silently, I don't think he's expecting me to come here and say which will sound a betrayer to the caucus.
The caucus. But Ebenezer Nina Nate and Fuseini Issa supported.
These are my people, and you should let him know if he's listening to us. You should expect me to be saying these things here. Nyama mikika wahakra bibre. Nyama situation na force me. Otherwise, he knows I've been absorbing these things. I keep it to myself. But maybe I do know. If somebody will come on air and say all these things are you have the opportunity. You say just a little to kind of get people to understand this behavior. Me king. No for saying say far ahead. I think 2019 when we had a national conference or trade fair, where the whole party, His Excellency the President was there, former President, all the kind of challenges we were facing and what would come out of that, I saw it coming. If you have record of the 2019 year national conference, you see, I saw this thing coming and I said it at that time. But said the opposition. It was any sebi niamasiko. You were abemuswa. It was any niamasiko. And we just need to some of these things, use it. For me, I think that these are internal issues, and can we just handle it at our level. But once these things have come openly, my best studio hands so it will be difficult to entirely, keep everything to myself. Those that I can, manage to say, na makaka krakra or abonti. So for saying yes, if you want me to say it openly, then you won't also mean that when all said they were not supporting me, you supported me. Oh no, Ebenezer and cancer our height. It
is what I'll do now. My NTA way Emrayaba, there are a lot of messages here. I was a chairman a year no, and some then we go to the second part of Hopeson's issue about tribalism in Greater Accra, and he makes the point say as in Greater Accra no nye enkrani na o push for position bi as e free ha ye mfa ma any other, and he says chairman a campaign kofobi indoctrinating them and all of that. After this short break we